Thank you. I now call Emma Harper to be followed by Mark Ruskell. Up to 4 minutes, please, Ms Harper.
Thanks, Presiding Officer. I welcome the opportunity to speak this afternoon. I responded to the NPF4 consultation and I appreciate colleagues' comments so far in the Chamber. And I want to focus my comments on two specific issues which this draft framework will impact. One is vacant, derelict and abandoned sites, and the other one is permitted development rights. Presiding Officer, Scotland has almost 11,000 hectares of vacant and derelict sites, equivalent to 20,556 football pitches, and people on average live within 500 metres of a derelict site. And according to the Scottish Land Commission, if a person lives in an SIMD area, they are more likely to live within 250 metres of a derelict site. Evidence we took at Health Committee affirmed that these sites negatively affect community mental health and well-being. People feel less safe, people use the words blight and eyesore, people take less pride in their own home place when living beside derelict, decaying or dilapidated eyesore, and the Scottish Land Commission affirmed this in their work. I have proactively sought to engage and support communities to see timely action taken to address these sites across Dumfries and Galloway and the Scottish borders. This includes the former Interfloor factory in Dumfries, George Hotel in Stranraer, Central Hotel in Annan and Darstane Mill and N Peel building in Hawick, which I visited yesterday. However, as the draft framework and indeed the Scottish Land Commission have pointed out, addressing these buildings currently presents many challenges to communities and local authorities. And I welcome that the Spatial Principles for Scotland described in the report, the Spatial Principles for Scotland 2045, it seeks to limit urban expansion into greenfield sites and instead will incentivise the reuse of brownfield sites for redevelopment. However, as noted by COSLA, there exists additional financial constraints around utilising abandoned sites in this way, and it is often extremely costly for developers and local authorities to address them. For example, the former Maxwelton High School in Dumfries cost about £250,000 to demolish before the site can even be redeveloped. I would like assurance from the Minister that the Government will proactively work with local authorities and developers to ensure that they are accessing vacant and derelict land funds and that the public funding will continue to be made available to redevelop brownfield sites, eyesore sites, which blight our communities. Presiding Officer, my second point today. I've been involved in the community in Estelmuir, the Sami Ling Buddhist Monastery and with the Upper Teviotdale and Borthwick Water Community Council. They're all concerned over the dynamic and target shooting activity in the area where high-velocity weapons of up to 50 calibre are being fired. These powerful weapons, which require skill and accuracy, they shoot ammunition up to a 2-mile distance and are being used to close by the Roman and Reivers walkways, Craighope Education Centre on the border side of the Borderway and the Southern Upland Way. So I share the community's concerns over the safety and the reported high decibel level of the shooting. The shooting activity is operating using a law loophole, and Class 15 of the Town and Country Planning General Permitted Development Order 1992 permitted development rights allow for a temporary use of land for a different use to its lawful use up to 28 days in a calendar year. The only exemptions are for caravan sites that are open-air market. So I agree with the community that this is wrong and that shooting activity, particularly with such high-powered weapons and ammunition, should be subject to robust major planning which allows local voices to be heard. I'd like to see that in the final NPF4 framework. So I thank the Minister for his engagement so far in this matter. But I would like to ask the Minister for a commitment that NPF4 will ensure that any proposal for shooting ranges and activity like shooting be subject to a robust major planning application. Finally, Presiding Officer, I reiterate my two asks. It's just focus on tackling vacant, derelict and abandoned sites and looking at closing this shooting activity loophole in the permitted development rights. Thank you.